piano tracks.
Okay. Pulling it up right now. Let's see. I have. Okay. Intro piano. Project.
Piano intro. Piano body.
Okay.
In two separate tracks. In MIDI.
Okay. Alright, let me see. I'm going to try and play it. Hold on. Okay. One virtual instrument track is definitely playing.
Yeah, it's only actually. Plus transaction. It's just two separate tracks.
Okay.
Intro. That's it.
There's also a track that has it's everything. It looks like it's a.
How about the timing?
Yeah, no, it's right. It's all right. This is exactly how you want to do it. But it's missing the vocal track if you were intending on sending that. But otherwise, this is right.
Yeah, okay. That's another thing I wanted to talk about. When it comes to vocal, I think I can record it with my microphone here. But I think we should show a kind of music school to use the confession room in the school.
Oh yeah.
Right? So I make all the tracks ready to be recorded for the voice.
Okay.
Then once you're ready, we just release only the karaoke part. And then maybe I can add on here, we can do that with your voice. This is the equal samples voice. Right? So anybody can come to the kind of music school and record it.
Oh yeah, good idea.
Right? So that's the whole my idea. I don't have to be the movie star or Kairos star. I'm just showing you can be like me. This idea came from Jennifer, your ex-girlfriend.
Uh-oh.
It's a long process for Noriko to understand.
Nah.
Yeah. I got it. Yeah. Just use the platform.
Okay.
Okay, so why don't you clean up and be ready for just the piano part? And when you're ready, and for the what do you call that? What's his name? Idea, Brandon. You can pass it to Brandon and ask Samson if we are ready.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, that's next, please.
Okay.
Okay, so send it to me and the other people.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Okay. So I got a message. This guy's having trouble rendering multi-out stuff in Reaper. I had him send me the project file. Sorry, 1 second. I'm just, man, I ate something way too hot this time. Give me a second. So he's saying, sorry, man. Oh, he's saying, I have some MIDI running through a drum VT on a parent track. I've exploded the MIDI items by note into separate tracks. I want to freeze those tracks so I can apply effect and mix them in. Would I select them all and try freeze or render in place? I either get an empty track or render silence, respectively. I'm thinking I need to route the effect on its own from the parent track to each MIDI track, but I don't know how to do this. I'm sure that there's probably a way to do it the way he's doing this thing, but I think that most of you guys would do this the opposite way, right? So I'm gonna make sorry, man, I'm croaking. I'm gonna make a copy of this whole folder. I'm gonna mute the first one, And what I think most of you guys do is, I'm gonna make another track. Sorry. You would make a track that let me say drums. I'll just put a drum sampler. I don't have Contact, but I'm gonna use SSD or something, so it'd be similar. Okay, so what I think most of you guys would do is put the drum sampler inside the folder, because I think going from the folder into the child tracks is probably not going to work. Put SSD in here. Sorry. Really croaking. Yeah, crazy. Okay. Okay, here we go. So when I play this, it should play the drums, right? Oh, this is... Woohoo! Alright. Oh boy, okay. Awesome. I'm just making sure there's no sends or receives. Oh man, this thing looks muted. No, there we go, it's muted. Sorry. Okay, good. That's just probably mapped wrong or whatever. And I'm not really sure how to do this because I don't do it this way. I'm gonna get rid of this real quick. I'm gonna route the drums out to the other track. So I'm gonna make a bunch more track channels. And let's say I'm just gonna send 1 and 2 are going to the master. That's normally I do the overheads or something. I'm gonna do 3. I'm gonna do 3 to the kick. So that's gonna be audio, mono source 3, pre-fader, post effects to the kick track 1 and 2. And I'm gonna add monos. I'm gonna add a send to the snare. And then I'm gonna do that from mono source 4, 1 and 2. That's gonna be pre-fader, post effects. And I'm just gonna do that for now. Sorry. 1 and 2 is going to go to everywhere else. Actually, that's going to make it a little bit tricky. So let me not have this send to the parent. I'm just going to have 1 and 2 send to what I'm going to call the overheads. So I'm going to send overheads. And so I'm going to have 1 and 2. So notice it's not going to the parent send anymore. So I'm just going to have 1 and 2 go to... Oh man, I did this wrong. Sorry, hold on. Let me fix this. Okay. This is going to go to overheads. That's going to be pre-fader, post effects. Okay. Man, I'm crooked, sorry. So this is actually going to be not going to 5 and 6. It's going to be going to 22. Mono source 3. It's because I had duplicated the drum tracks and I was reading the wrong ones. Sorry. So 3 is going to kick. I'm gonna have another one go to the snare. That's gonna be 4, mono source 4, and pre-fader. So that should be right. So I'm gonna go inside the routing here. I'm sure it's the same in contact or whatever. So I'm gonna let me go to the mixer. Yeah. Okay. So this is telling it to go the kick. I'm just gonna tell it all to go out the 3. Looks like I have to pan this too. So I'm sure there's an easier way to do this. I just don't do this that much. So sorry. So I'm just gonna pan all these. I'm gonna send them all out to 3. Oh, no, okay, so I'm getting this wrong. Sorry, guys, sorry. 1 is 1 and 2. 2 is 3 and 4. I think. We're going to find this out in a second. 3 and 4. I could have just used the mono outs and it probably would have made it simpler, but that's okay. So snare top, I'm going to pan all these. Now hopefully this doesn't go to the overheads and mess that up. Wow, there's a lot of snares on here. Look at all the snares. Okay. So snare is also going to go out to 2. And in this case, it's really going to be 4, or what Reaper's calling 4, I think. We'll find out. And everything else is going to go out 1. Now this is only half the battle here. I may have been screwing something else up, but let's see. Alright, something weird's going on with the kick. I'm gonna look at the editor. Okay. I don't know what that is. Looking for the kick and the snare. So the kick would be on 36 normally. You may have something else on kick. I don't know what this is down here. It's 25. That might be some kind of kick. Looks like it. Looks very much like it. I'm gonna move 25 to 36, and if that's no good, we can. Oops. Can worry about that later. This is just so I have something that's gonna work as a kick, so we can hear it, just to make sure. Okay, so that looks good, and so the overhead should be everything else. Okay. So now, if I freeze these 3. That's a good question. So let me just try it real quick. Well, it's made new tracks for stems. I'm not sure I want to do that. If we, how about this? Remember there was MIDI tracks on here before? Actually, let me just do this. I'm going to put these on the other tracks. Let's just pretend those MIDI items were still on here. I'm pretty sure this would work. This may not, but let's see. So now I'm going to... How about if I just apply the effects? Nope. Okay. I mean, you see how it worked just to do the multiple out. You wouldn't even need these tracks at first. But it'd be nice to have them so that you could figure out your effects just like you were doing. So let's see, how would you do that? So if the MIDI files were on there, if we were to freeze, render freeze, oh, that one might work. Let's see. I'm gonna take these off for now, and I'll undo if I have to. Let me just see about that freeze. Render freeze. Freeze tracks to mono. Render pre-fader, save and remove items and online effects. Okay. Ah, there you go. That looks good. Why is it that lock on it? Is that muted? Oh, I don't know what the lock's for. Yeah. That seems to work. So hopefully hopefully that way will work for you. If not, let me know.